The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.
Hello and welcome to another edition of The Dogs. We're here at Hove for the Greyhound Olympic final over 515 metres. It was once won by the great Ballyregan Bob and has been dominated by local trainers over the years. Indeed, Brian Clemenson and Derek Knight have won 9 of the last 10 runnings and, surprise, surprise, both have runners this evening. We'll see how they get on a little later. Also on the show, we've action from Peterborough as the Pepsi Diamond Jubilee Puppy Derby reaches its conclusion. And we're in County Durham, catching up with leading trainer Ted Soppit. First to Hove and gold medals up for grabs on Courage Olympic final night. There were some big names ready to be weighed and kennelled before the runners headed to Traps for race 1 Olympic night, kicking off a busy season for the Sussex track.
After the Courage Olympic, we go straight into the Regency, which is over 515 for puppies. We have the Sussex Cup, which is traditionally part of the Sussex Fortnight, where we have Goodwood in the first week and the Sussex Cup on the Thursday. And then we finish off with the big day out, Racing's big day out, which we did last year successfully with Brighton. We're doing this again, October the 2nd, the day, but we're culminating that with Fontwell and here. So it's a Saturday at Fontwell and then coming over here for Greyhound racing in the evening.
So plenty to look forward to at Hove over the coming months. But as the bookmakers chalked up the prices for the first race, it was a Brian Clemenson runner, Johnny Lye, who dominated the market.
And they're off for the sprint and racing up towards the first bend. 2 single bill broke well, but here comes Johnny Lye on the inside. Handy also is Bunny's Tot in 5, but with the advantage of the red jacket, Johnny Lye now goes on. So come round the final bend, it's Johnny Lye out in front, trying to improve his Ballyshannon Star, but Johnny Lye makes most to win the sprint. Johnny Lye.
The odds-on favourite winning for leading owner Roy Felmingham, and the first leg of a remarkable 10-timer for Brian Clemenson. Win 2 came courtesy of Riverside Milo, running here from Trap 3. Win 3 for DROOPYS Emlyn here in Trap 1. And win 4, Cooley Baloo, running from Trap 6. 4 winners for Clemo in the bag, and still the prospect of Olympic glory to come in a race that might well be rebranded next year.
Yeah, definitely. John Smith's is the #1 ale in the whole of the country. We use John Smith's a lot now as our vehicle in horse racing. We're recently sponsoring the Grand National, in fact. It's quite appropriate, I think, to think about next year's upgrade in this race, and John Smith's, I suspect, may well be the brand that we'll use to keep this going for the future years.
And I think your response from the Greyhound fraternity is almost suggests that maybe more sponsors should get involved, not just perhaps the bookmakers.
I think people have got to realise that Greyhound racing is a great night out, whether you're going as an ordinary punter and have a couple of beers of whatever brand, preferably Foster's of course, or whether you come in and have a steak and chips and a couple of glasses of wine. It's a great night out, and hopefully they'll come back and enjoy the experience again.
The Clemenson camp had a blank in races 5 and 6, but race 7 saw his top-class pup SHELBOURNE Nina go for gold once again, having struck for her trainer at the recent Trainers' Championship at Perry Bar. She was a warm order to repeat the dose in a 5-runner race.
They're off and running for the puppy race, and what an astonishing start here from 5, SHELBOURNE Nina. Already 3 lengths clear as they go around the first bend. Oh, there's terrible trouble there. 6, Arundel King for Derek Knight was badly balked at the bend as they head down the far side. They're going to have to go some to catch SHELBOURNE Nina. Certainly the pennies dropped recently for her. She's well clear as they come round the second last bend. It's all about SHELBOURNE Nina. Got a great start. She's off very wide off this final bend. Going to make all here from in second place at the moment. Kjell Diggage. Close for second, in fact. Maybe Lady Angelina got up to be second.
A fast time from a bitch who's already reached the finals of the Trafalgar Cup and Pall Mall, both at Oxford. She's getting better with every run and delighting her owner.
She's a good bitch. Very good bitch. Big future in front of her. Everything goes right, we'll be there.
And you've always thought of her as possibly an Oaks bitch, but I mean, will you be tempted with the Derby?
Tempted. We'll leave it at tempted. Yeah, she'll probably go, but we'll see.
Talking of the Derby, here's Fire Height Dan, also Wimbledon bound. His part owner Peter Piggott was at home with the sponsors, and we just had to ask him how Dan was.
He's all right now. We had a couple of weeks, ain't been too clever. He got ravaged with the kennel sickness. He went off colour quite bad for a couple of days, and he's had this corn and everything, but the dog's bouncing. He's back to himself, and he's taking Mick Pusey for a walk every day again now, which is lovely.
Outside it was win number 6 for Brian Clemenson, courtesy of Trap 5 here, Bally Brazil Hero. And then number 7 with another orange jacketed runner, Clover Dot, justifying favouritism over the 6 bends. Inside, punters were looking forward to the Olympic final, including some 200 guests of the sponsors. Farlow Speed carried the hopes of a syndicate which included former Clemenson kennel hand Ricky Moncrief, now a trainer in Ireland.
Yeah, well, I had Farlow Speed. We bought him a few months ago now, and I had him for like 4 or 5 starts in Ireland. And he run too quick for his own good, really, and he was up in top grade over there. So we thought he'd be better placed down here in England, just with the Champion Stakes in mind. So we sent him down to Wendy, and the boys who are in with Farlow Speed, they've got a few dogs at Wendy, so that's where he is now. And she's doing really well with the dog.
And already I can see that there's 2 Moncrief entries in the Derby.
I got a couple of dogs. Well, Shelby Apple's run so good at Wimbledon. I got her into her, and she's run that 27.50 around there that last year, and she really traps at Wimbledon. So that's why I'm going back with her. But she's won the last 2 up there in Ireland now, and run quick as well. And Kebab Prince, I just think he'll suit the track. He hasn't done any. Well, he was a length off the clock at Clonmel there a few starts back, but I just think he'll suit the track. That long straight to the first bend, it might be his go. So.
The Olympic final was spiced by the fact that Clemenson's Droopy's Oasis in Trap 6 was having his final race before retirement. He'd won the Olympic in 2003 and was now bidding to regain his title. Favourite though was Solid Money, winner just a couple of weeks ago of the Prestige at Hall Green, trained by Derek Knight and running from Trap 5.
And they're off and racing out towards the first bend. All trouble straight away out of the traps for Clover Joy and Restless Lad a little bit. Droopy's Oasis on the outside trying to lead on. More trouble there. 5 Solid Money done no favours at the head down the far side, and Droopy's Oasis is out in front. Heading down the far side ahead of Farlow Speed. After these comes 4 Restless Lad trying to make some headway. Top Tango on the inside, and also trying to make a move is Solid Money. As they come around the second last bend, the race surely over. It's Droopy's Oasis trying to win the Courage Olympic final for a second time. Droopy's Oasis does it, and does it in style, beating Farlow Speed back in second.
Out of the boxes in the Olympic final, slow away, Trap 3 Clover Joy comes together with Trap 4 Restless Lad. No problems on the inside or on the outside until the first bend. Droopy's Oasis in 6 collides with Solid Money in Trap 5. The favourite comes off much the worse. Trap 6, the winner 2 years ago, goes on to land a famous victory. Roy Felwingham collects the trophy on behalf of owner David Miles, and it's a magical moment for greyhound and trainer Brian Clemenson.
And fairy stories do happen. You know, he's run his last race tonight. He won't run again, and he's finished on a lovely note.
I mean, a blue ribbon success, an Olympic success 2 years ago, and he's regained his title.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, to be a quality dog, you have to do it over a period of time, in my opinion. And that's what he's done. He's reaching 4 years old. He badly damaged himself in the English Derby semi-final. Really struggled to get anywhere near any sort of form since then. And he performed miracles to go and win. And that's justice really down to the kennel staff. They've done all the work with the dog. I take the credit for it, but they've done the work. And but beautiful story for David Miles and the dog.
And for you personally, a bittersweet Thursday, I believe.
Yeah, obviously Shelbourne Star lost the ledger today. We lost the inquiry. Me and Roy Felman were up there. We've come down here today. We've had 8 winners so far and won the final. Very similar, really, because I was told on a Monday that Shelbourne Star was positive, may lose the ledger, and the very next day I won the English Oaks. So it's a very difficult life. You know, you take a lot of hits, particularly if you've been successful. But the manner of dealing with them hits is how you recover. And I think our dogs tonight with 8 winners and a final winner on his last race, we'll prove that, you know, we can take the hits as a kennel, and the owners and the staff, and come back and stand tall. But our struggle is stand tall.
Big Freeze was next up, but Roy and Brian had to watch the action from the middle.
And they're off and racing out towards the first bend. Good start from 3, Billy's Cruise. Here comes Big Freeze near side, near on the inside rail. They go round, slow start from 5, Winton Scruffy, and Big Freeze takes 2 lengths out of the field down the far side all of a sudden. So it's Big Freeze leading Muttoneer. After these comes 2, that's the deal. So come round the second last bend, but it's all about Big Freeze back to his best by the looks of things. To come round the final turn, it's Frosty back in action on his home track. Big Freeze wins, and wins well from Muttoneer.
Different location, same result for the all-conquering Clemenson team as last year's Derby second impresses.
Tonight he came through with flying colours. It wasn't a strong heat, but give him credit, he's done the fastest time I think he's done down here for a long time, 29.62. So he looked well, he looks a picture. His age, he looked like his owner, he's getting older and older and older, but he really is, he's Derby bound, and I'm just going to look forward to it. And all credit to the governor and Nigel and the team. You can't say better than that.
9 so far for Clemenson, and his Greenacre Lynn fancied in the lucky last.
This is so monotonous.
Right, and with local layer Charlie Miller, great night for Brian Clemenson. What about you?
Well, what can we say? We're not even 3rd or 4th to the Brian Clemenson show. No, it's a tremendous achievement, though, isn't it? All those open race winners. He's only had 14 runners, 9 and a possible 10 to come. Have you got a black armband, though, Jonathan? Times are really hard tonight.
And what about yourself, Charlie? Doing the Sussex Cup this year, or what's happening there?
Collectively, we're doing it collectively, Jonathan. All of us are doing it. I shall still promote the card, hopefully, but we're struggling to get sponsors. So if anybody hears this, contact me at Hove. All sponsors will be more than welcome.
Greenacre Lynn running from trap 1, edges out Kaluna Striker, and a 13,000 to 1 plus accumulator is landed. Sadly, we didn't strike the bet with Charlie and the boys, but hey, what an amazing night for Brian Clemenson, a true professional who'd taken a hit during the day, but bounced back. And how? 10 winners on the night. And what a fairy tale ending for Droopy's Oasis, winner of the Olympic once again.
In part 2, there's an interview with trainer Ted Soppit from his kennels in County Durham, plus much more. Well, welcome back to part 2 of the Dogs. We're at Peterborough for the Pepsi Peterborough Diamond Jubilee Puppy Derby final, worth £3,000 to the winner. 2 greyhounds unbeaten through the competition. Fear No One in trap 3 and Farlow's Story in 1. They're off and racing out towards the first bend, and Fear No One is out quick here along with 5, Ninja Blue. So go around the first bend, and Fear No One has first call here. Ninja Blue a bit wide. After this comes 1, Farlow's Story. Improving also 4, Born Again as they head down the far side and streaking clear. Fear No One for Mark Wallace, leading here by 2.5 lengths from 5, Ninja Blue in second. Then comes 4, Born Again. Fear No One getting a little bit tired, still has a 2-length lead. Fear No One by a length in the end from Ninja Blue back in second. Race won last year by Fire Height Dan. Fear No One going on to record 25.41, lasting home by half a length. With the Ocean Trailers Puppy Stakes starting this week at Walthamstow, we're looking back at the puppy race from Walthamstow last Thursday. The favourite here was That's the Bullet for Ernie Gaskin in trap 1. And they're off and racing up towards the first bend. A little bit of barging going on the inside between That's the Bullet and Get On Blackie in trap 2, but That's the Bullet's got plenty of early pace and kicks clear here from 3. Go Commando racing back in second, 2 lengths back to Kingsmill Duff in third. They're breaking away from 4, Ballymax back. So come down towards the second last bend, and it's 1, That's the Bullet leading here. 3 just faltered a little bit in behind Go Commando as they come off the final bend. That's the Bullet attempting to make most. That's the Bullet by half length in the end from Go Commando in second. Well, That's the Bullet who took a bump out of the traps, recording 29.02 and maintaining a 100% record at Walthamstow for trainer Ernie Gaskin. Well, Ernie had the favourites in the April half grand final a little bit later on the card in the shape of De Bruyne at 11 to 8. But keep your eyes on Mustang OKEE from trap 5 for Seamus Carhill. Here comes the hare then. And they're off and racing up towards the first bend. A good break from 5 Mustang OKEE, showing plenty of pace ahead of 1 Flagfield Caddy. Left of the boxes was De Bruyne a little bit, but rushing up now as they head down the far side. Mustang OKEE with the call. 3 lengths clear here from up into second. Slahini Mile. After these comes 2 De Bruyne, and then comes 1 Flagfield Caddy. They come around the second last bend, and Mustang OKEE dominating from the front. Leads here by 4 lengths from De Bruyne, and then comes Slahini Mile racing up towards winner line. An all-round performance here from Mustang OKEE. Early pace and stayed on strongly. Mustang OKEE. An all-round performance from Mustang OKEE, the early pace and the finishing speed as well. 28.79, beating De Bruyne by 4.5 lengths.
The Dogs gallops north now to County Durham and the village of Kellow, home to Ted Soppit and his select team of greyhounds. A small team means plenty of individual attention and a diet fit for kings.
I was brought up in this village, not too far away. Love the place, and just couldn't move away. So I decided, look, we're here to stay, and built the kennels, and had to work around it. There are drawbacks, but basically with the number of dogs we've got, it's perfect. Like, you know, every dog gets individual attention, and I wouldn't have it any other way now.
Good food means good greyhounds. Remember the likes of Droopy Shearer and Frisbee 40. At Soppit's Kennel, it's quality, not quantity, that's best.
That's it. Everything they eat, you can eat. Basically, the day before we race, we buy 2 chickens from Iceland. They get the chickens. We buy it all off the shelf. The beef's from the butchers. There's only the ready-made meal, the red meals or but whatever we use. We buy in, but the bread's off the shelf in the co-op and the milk's off the shelf from the co-op. Everything they eat, you could basically eat.
A range of kennels in the back garden is convenient, but understanding neighbours are essential.
We've got a great bunch of neighbours, to be quite honest. They all like the dogs. They're watching them when they're on the television, and they do get involved. That's the main topic of conversation every time you go down the street or in the boozers. It creates quite a bit of interest when you get people coming in. They'll say, oh, what's this? What's this of, you know? And, well, I do stick my chest out a little bit at times, you know, but there are occasions when you can't do that, you know, but that's nice. It's good for the village and good for the boozer.
Bosler, using an old Bill McLaren rugby expression, when there's a Soppit winner, they'll be partying in the streets of Kellow.
Oh, definitely. Why, not for me. Like, obviously, I'm tied up on the night. It's a Coca-Cola. But normally the next day we make up for it.
It's Farlow verdict the outside now, trying to challenge Drop Goal Johnny. The distance between them is half a length, but it's in favour of Drop Goal Johnny.
He's won 16 out of 31 open. He's lost 3 on the rail. Sort of dog will always give a good account of himself in the top races, but probably hand on heart, he probably ain't good enough to win a classic. But I think he could win a Group 1 race this year. The next dog in with him, I think possibly has a chance this year, Droopy's BYRON. I think he's possibly one of the better derby type of dogs I've had. I think he's got everything. He has made mistakes, he has had problems, but he's got sheer pace. He wasn't starting, he's starting to come away from the boxes now, and I think it's only a matter of time before he hits the big time. The next one, with him, is Droopy's LAMPARD. He's a Droopy's Cure dog out of Droopy's Roberta, which was the sister to Droopy's Odyssey, you at Frisbee 40. And we bought him off of 1 trial in Ireland, and I think he's right out the top draw. His trials suggest he is, and there's no reason why in the summer months he isn't a big player this year.
Ted also has high hopes of Head Lad, who's a Walthamstow entry this week. And he reports that Manchester Puppy Cup winner Droopy's Okocha is on the way back after a recent setback. There's also a couple of pups coming through as well, and no doubt they'll be heading up the gallop that Ted has access to nearby.
The dogs program has been run to many kennels, many with 60, 70 dogs, contract trainers. Have you ever hankered for the big contract, the big 40, 50 dog kennel?
No, because it would do me brains in. I've often would have liked the facilities they've got at times where I've been restricted, but I wouldn't like to make a circus of the place. I know every dog in that kennel. I know his quirks, I know him individually, I know what food he likes, what food he doesn't like. I know the dog, I know when he's wrong and I know when he's right, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Every dog knows me personally, and they're like having a pet in the house. They all get handled by me, they all get took to the track by me, and they're not just whipped round, fed, out, do the business. Them dogs are handled every day in some shape or form. And you just grow to know them, getting inside the head. And I think that's a very important part of ground racing, getting inside a dog's head, finding out what they like and what they don't like.
Since he started training, Ted has had a loyal band of owners and some quite high profile. He's grateful for their support.
I've got a hardcore of good owners apart from the footballers who've been with us. Carl Roberts will be probably one of me leading owners. But the footballers, yeah, they are involved. Kieran Dyer is now involved in the kennel, along with Mark Crosley, Lee Clark, Craig Bellamy. Great bunch of lads. When I go to London, meet the Fulham lads, good bunch of lads. It just create the interest, obviously, now, and even for the village, when you get the likes of Craig Bellamy turning up in the Workman's Club on a Friday night, a side you don't see of Craig, like, unfortunately. He goes around, buys all the old men a pint of beer. Great lad, not the lad he's portrayed to be on the football pitch.
It's all looking rosy in Ted's back garden then. But what are his targets for the rest of 2005, and does he have a genuine derby prospect in his kennels?
I honestly think that DROOPYS BYRON will turn out to be a big player in the derby this year. He's as good a dog as what we've had at this stage. Had a few problems. He wasn't breaking when he first started. He seems to have getting that together. I do think he'll be my major player in the derby.
This weekend's open race action begins with the focus firmly on the pups. The first round of the Ocean Trailers Puppy Stakes at Walthamstow and the heats of the Peter Derrick Puppy Stakes at Nottingham are on Thursday, plus opens at Coventry, Monmore, Milton Keynes and Reading. On Friday, the highlight is the Coral Golden Sprint Final at Romford, opens also booked at Henlow and Sunderland. A quiet Saturday with opens at Bellevue, Monmore and Wimbledon, whilst on Sunday, planned opens at Bellevue, Coventry, Reading, Rye House, Sheffield and Sittingbourne, the feature event at the final of the Hertfordshire Derby at Rye House. For all the latest results and news, click on to www.thedogs.co.uk. Join us on The Dogs next week for a roundup of the open race action and reports from Romford and Rye House, plus an interview with the Inform Brian Clementson.
The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.